Hey everybody, today's Thursday. I want to apologize for yesterday's train wreck at the beginning of Wednesday night live show. Let's do some news. I got some news here that's controversial to me. Remember I said things with me has to make sense or I just don't understand it? Okay, let's talk about the coronavirus, right? Everybody's favorite subject. The numbers here are growing, and they still are growing. If I got a chance, I signed up for the new news that I get instantaneously now. The news won't be 3 and 4 and 5 days old. Well, to you it might be, but to me it won't be. If there's a murder in the villages, notification of it and what's going on. By the time I cut the news to you, though, that news could be 3 and 4 days old because I'm going to get them every day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, every day. And then you guys are going to get the news on Friday. And that's going to be the problem right there. But it's going to be as new as I can possibly get it. So I'm going to try to get the numbers on the coronaviruses. They posted them again today. New cases, old cases, how many so far, who died, who's in a hospital, all that stuff. For basically the 3 counties here, Sumter County, Marion County, and Lake County. Most of the villages, though, everybody knows is in Sumter County. So here's some announcements. Here's one right here, if you can see it. Hopefully that'll focus it. Villages Recreation Department has posted Mardi Gras Festival. Very popular. My wife and Deb's been to it. I don't think I've ever been to it. It's not my cup of tea, but they've been to it. It's very popular. It's very colorful. You can just imagine a Mardi Gras in New Orleans on a smaller basis here in one of our squares. February 16th, 2021 is going to be from 4 till 9 at Spanish Springs Town Square, and it's free. It's open to anybody, not just village residents, all the surrounding retirement communities. They'll get in their cars and they'll come over here. They'll go to it. All the local residents that lives in these different towns around us, they'll grab the kids or whatever. They'll come over to it because it's like a huge carnival. So there's always that certain percentage of people that won't follow any kind of guidelines whatsoever, and they will make an issue of it if you say something. Now, on the other hand, there are some people that follow the guidelines to extreme. And when I say extreme, you don't need to wear, in my opinion, I'll put it that way because I'm not a professional. You don't need to wear a mask when you're driving a golf cart. You got wind blowing by you and all this and that. Come on. The odds of getting anything is like none. How many times have you rode around a golf cart during flu season and never got the flu? I mean, come on. Let's not get nuts here. I see people out here all the time. They walk, and that's what they do for exercise is they walk. They walk by themselves. I don't know who these people are. Half of our neighborhood now is new people, and I don't know who they are. And I see them walking out here. Especially women, they do 2 things when they're walking by themselves that I notice in my neighborhood. One is they're always walking with a telephone in their ear, which means they're really not paying attention to where they're walking and what they're doing. But listen, it's a retirement community. There's not a whole lot going on our streets anyway. So, you know, it is what it is. And then the second one is half of the people I'm seeing walking out here by themselves, nobody around them, nothing going on, and they wear a mask while walking, and it's always on. And if that's what makes them feel good at night, that's fine. I could care less. I'm just simply saying, don't yell at me if I decide to walk down the road by myself over to a buddy's house to have a beer and I don't have a mask on. I'm outside, I'm walking, there's nobody around me. That's what I'm talking about, the extremes. And there are people here that's getting kind of paranoid about this. And if they're paranoid enough that where they want to be that way 24 hours a day, that's their business. You know, it's a free country, they can do what they want. But I'm not that paranoid. I am safety conscious. I go into a restaurant, I wear a mask going in, I wear a mask coming out. When I went into the grocery stores, I wore a mask all the time I was in there. To me, that's just common sense because I never know who I'm going to pass, who I'm not going to pass. So that's just me. But we have no law about that. Florida's an open state, and keep in mind, our coronavirus is still going up. Next month, no, 2 months, in March, spring break starts. the spring breakers are going to come down. And the college kids, they're going to live forever, right? They're 20-some years old. They're not going to. This happened last year when the spring breakers came down. Spring breakers and the vacationers of the first of the year came down, going to Disney World and all these places, and our coronavirus in the state of Florida, like the very next month, started to spike again because of that. I don't know if they've learned anything from that. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm not going to the beach around here in March. I'm not going to go to Disney World in March, April, or May. I'm not doing it. I just don't want to take the chance. I'm 68 years old. Also, the waiting list in Sumter County now to get on a waiting list to get your coronavirus shot, it's such a fiasco. I think they shut it down. You can't even get on the waiting list now. I've tried. We don't have no vaccine. It disappeared. They don't know where it is. Now, there's 101 excuses, but it was coming one day. Tents are put up. They're already 70-some thousand people, I guess, were notified that what time to be where, and then no vaccine showed up. 2 days later, they tore the tents down. No excuses as to why, and they left. The governor has said, well, the vaccine isn't being produced like it should be. There's something in that scenario that's not right. Somebody got notified somewhere along the line that this vaccine is on the way. You're getting so many shots. Get it set up. He gets it set up, and then they don't show up. I don't know what's going on. And nobody else does either. There's a lot of people that think they do, but they don't know what's going on either. The only people that really know what's going on are the inside people, and guess what? They're not talking. So Mardi Gras for February. The Balloon Festival at the Polo Club will be February 5th. And February 6th. See, the Villages has their own little calendar thing here that tells you when things are happening and all this and that. A February cruise-in, that's Spanish Springs. They have that like every third Saturday or something. It's scheduled for February 20th, 2021. From 4 to 9 p.m. at the Square. And when they have the cruise-in, the bands are playing. It's a free thing for anybody to come in. Also, keep in mind we're in snowbird season, so it'll be 2 to 3 times more crowded than it normally is in the summertime. Here's the other one. I found it. Strawberry Festival, Brownwood Paddock Square, February 26th. From 4 p.m. till 9 p.m. It's also open to the public. It's also a free event, unless you buy something, of course. It'll be crowded. I'm not going to any of these because I just don't want to take the chance. It'll be interesting to watch if anything starts to spike after these events. Now, where I say that this is kind of controversial, remember I said I signed up for the instantaneous news? I'm doing that so you guys get more of the news quicker and more relevant. So here's a COVID update as of Thursday today, which I think today's January 28th, the day after the Wednesday night live show. Sorry for the glitches, by the way. Hope you all had a good laugh. I still feel like some people show up to the show to see the car wreck, which is mostly me. COVID-19 has claimed 2 more local residents as deaths from the fast-spreading virus continue to pile up across the state. The local facilities were residents of Marion County. They are among the 1,137 tri-county deaths, the 26,249 in Florida, and the 427,513 across the country. This is a long article, so I'm kind of skipping to get to some important stuff. Here we go. The Villages, Sumter, Lake, and Marion counties, we're 3 counties big, remember, up 26, a total of 3,479. Now this is 87 new COVID-19 cases were reported Wednesday. Yesterday, today's Thursday, yesterday was Wednesday Night Live. I'm kind of giving you a time frame here. So we were up 26 since yesterday. Or at least that's the way I'm reading it. Leesburg is up 21. Lady Lake is up 12, Bellevue is up 12, Summerfield is up 6, Wildwood is up 5, Oxford is up 2, and Fruitland Park is up 2. All of those are towns that's right around the Villages, just on the outer edge. Tri-County area cases, 51,829. It's an increase of 353. Deaths, 1,137. Hospitalizations, 3,098. Sumter County, that's most of the Villages. Well, there's other people in Sumter County, don't get me wrong. wrong. Wildwood is Sumter County. There's a lot of Sumter County. When we're talking about the villages, and that's what I'm talking about, is the villages. Most of the villages is in Sumter County. Cases, 6,867, increase of 49. Deaths, 177. Hospitalizations, 436. Areas, cities with most cases. The villages, 3,157. We're talking Sumter County now, not the state of Florida. The villages, 3,157. Wildwood is 822. Coleman, 814. I should say in Coleman, most of those cases probably is in the Coleman Federal Prison. And down in the Finney area, that's where the Coleman prison is at, down around that area. Bushnell is 758 and Oxford is 393. In Lake County, cases are 21,131. It's an increase of 159. Marion County, now there's a northern section of the villages, a small section that's in Marion County. But these numbers is going to represent all of Marion County, which I believe includes Ocala and some of these larger cities. But the villages has a little pothole of some of that. Cases, 23,831, an increase of 145, 572 deaths. Cities with most cases. Ocala, 17,683. Summerfield has 1,492. Let's get through all these numbers. The villages is also reporting 176 cases. So even though we have just a small pothole in Marion County, we're still reporting 176 cases there. So you see where I get about the hypocrisy here. We're still on the upswing on the coronavirus. It's still there's still deaths being recorded. There's still new cases being reported. The vaccine isn't here, and the people who's on the waiting list are still waiting. And here's the funny thing about that waiting list. And let me just throw this out there. Nowhere on the waiting list, to get on this waiting list, do you have anybody asking any kind of medical information. There are certain people, in my opinion, keep in mind, I don't know how this whole thing is working. They've been really bad as far as I'm concerned about informing people about what to do, where to go, how to do. I just always assumed my doctor would get a hold of me. Apparently not. I know somebody here that's had heart transplant, and he's elderly. He should be at the top of that waiting list. People that's in nursing homes or assisted livings and all that, they should be at the top of this list getting their shots. Now I know you're going to tell me, oh, a lot of them's already got all them shots. Well, that's fine. I'm just saying that's where they should be. They should be getting that first. I got a friend down here that's not well, heart transplant and all that. I don't know if he has to go to a doctor or whatever. He doesn't really know what to do either. Nobody's ever told him. I don't know. And he's on a waiting list. And he has no idea when or if. He just got a note saying that his appointment to get his shot had been canceled because of the loss of the vaccine. I mean, what a mess. I can't believe people are getting paid as much as they do to take care of this problem, and it's this way. It's a mess. That's the way I see it. It shouldn't be this way. The doctors got them. The police department got them. Fire departments got them. Some of the elderly and assisted living got them. And the rest of us are like, well, when do we get ours? And we don't know. And there's been articles in the newspaper written about that, and the people that's in the know, that really know, once again, they're not talking. Growth pressuring Sumter County to raise its fire protection tax levy. Sumter County is on track to increase the fire tax protection levy next year for homeowners and businesses. Commissioners Tuesday approve a public hearing, a notice related to a potential increase. According to the notice, the maximum assessment permitted would nearly triple from $225 to $360. Affected property owners may file written objections. Yeah, waste your time. You go ahead and report your written. I don't like this. I don't think this is right. Yeah, that'll be filed. Homeowners and businesses in rural and urban Sumter County currently pay $124 a year for fire protection, which is $1 below the current maximum. Property taxes and other revenue sources also are used to fund the fire protection budget. Late last year, commissioners voted to consolidate Sumter County's 2 fire districts into one to simplify assessments and tax collections. Rapid growth is escalating the cost of both fire and police protections. 2 decades ago, the village's public safety department began with 1 fire station and 9 firefighters/paramedics. Today, the department has 123 firefighters and an administrative staff of 16 with 40 firefighters on duty each day. The department's goal is that 70% of its firefighters are trained paramedics. A new fire station opened over a year ago along Morse Boulevard south of State Road 44, and more stations and firefighters will be needed as the villages completes its expansion south to Center Hill. Well, those kinds of things can't be helped, you know. You got to have the firefighters, the paramedics, the police departments, and the police department needs things like training, cars. I can't remember exactly what it was years ago. I got a tour of a sheriff's department, and one of them was the equipment that they have available to each officer in case of emergencies and whatever, and the cost of some of these things, such as the cars themselves. These are not normal cars in any way. They're special built for the police department with a lot of stuff in there. A police dog, those dogs, the training and all that is astronomical. You see the hypocrisy here. COVID's up. It's not gotten really any better. They post this in the paper. Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Here it is. A wealth of caution. This is the developer's paper. This is the Daily Sun, owned by the developer. I come to the understanding that nothing gets published in here without his company in some way approving everything in here, because you don't hardly ever see anything negative in it at all. And maybe that's the way it should be, but I'm just letting you know that's the way this paper is. A wealth of caution puts events on hold. I'm going to read part of it here. Many villages, recreations, and parks events scheduled for next few months have been put on hold as the COVID-19 pandemic continues, including Camp Villages, the Villages Senior Games, Lake Sumter Align Excursions, and the Villages Outdoor Expo on hold till whenever. How can you do that and say that you are really doing all this because you're so concerned about residents' protection, and yet we're having the masquerade party or Mardi Gras in Spanish Springs that you've announced. We're having a strawberry festival down here you announced, but we can't do any of this because COVID. Apparently COVID stays away from strawberries and masked people. So that being said, let me get out of here. I said enough, probably angered enough people. That's my opinions. That's the report from the Daily Sun. That's the report from the day-to-day news that I'm paying for now. And that's the news to you. So, hey everybody, we're here at the Make-A-Wish Foundation. This is Jenna.
Hi everyone.
And we're here to present her with a check of $1,000 that we collected on our show, the Wednesday Night Live show. So there's for the kids.
Thank you so much. Thank you WNL crew and supporters. We couldn't grant wishes without you. See you on the other side.